Hi, this is Mr. New, and welcome to another episode of Illustrator CS5 for Eastech. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the blend tools. Let's go ahead and get started. I've already created an Illustrator project. I'll now zoom in on the top half of this. I'm going to create two shapes. Let's go ahead and start with a circle. I'm going to hold down the Shift key to constrain it to a circle, and we'll create a circle about that size. In fact, let's go ahead with black stroke. We're going to keep a thin stroke on this one. In fact, I'm even going to go down to maybe a 0.5. And let's choose a color. How about yellow? I now want another shape. Let's go with a Polygon tool. And way over here, I'm going to create a pentagon. And we're going to try to keep it close to the same size. It doesn't have to be any size you want, but for the sake of this exercise, let's do that. I'll drag it down. There we go. And let's change that color to, say, a green. Now, with the blend tool, what we're able to do by selecting both of these objects, we can literally blend one into the other on a path. So if I go under Object, Blend, I first want to look at my blend options because I want to make sure that I have specified steps. And for this one, let's go with 15 steps. Looks good. Okay. And now if I go to Object, Blend, Make, it now gives me circles turning into a pentagon. The thing is, you got to understand with this is that these are still just two objects. You've got a circle and you've got a pentagon, and in between you have a path. We can actually modify that path. Let's go ahead and pull out our tear out here, and I can actually go to my Add Anchor Point tool and add an anchor point in here. And then if I go to my Modify Anchor Point, I can actually bend this, and now that shape will bend as well. Okay, we'll set that aside. The other thing I want to show you with the blend tool is how you can actually do blending of colors. We're going to create another object. Let's go with Polygon tool one more time. This time we're going to create a triangle. Actually, what we're going to be doing is creating a cone. So by hitting the down arrow keys, I'm going to turn that into a triangle. There we go. Move that down a little bit, and we'll zoom in on it. Let's go ahead and add a fill color to this. Let's go with a dark blue. And now I want to take a look at the direct selection tool. I can literally click on an anchor point and stretch that out. And bring these down a little bit so I can make this more of a skinny cylindrical cone. Then what I want to do is I want to use my convert anchor point, or actually add anchor point right here. By holding the space bar down, I'm going to click and drag that out some. And now I'm going to round that out. So now I have this cool looking rounded cone. Going back to my selection tool, I'm going to select all of that. Command C to copy it. Command V to paste it. I'm going to shrink that down. Change the color to a light blue. And I'm going to move that into this cone. Once again, I want to grab my direct select and reshape it just a little bit. I kind of have in mind what I want this to do. I'm going to have this kind of flare out. And what I want to do now is get my selection tool, select the whole thing. If I go under Object, Blend Options, this time I don't want specific steps. I want smooth color. So I'm going to actually just have that color smooth out all the way around. Click OK. And now when I go to Object, Blend, Make, it actually gives me this very cool 3D almost looking effect. So that is the smooth blend. Let's zoom out a little bit, and now I'm going to go to the bottom of the screen. We're going to add a couple of more shapes down here. Let's go to the star tool. I'm going to create a star over here, and I'll create a star over here. Let's modify our stars a little bit. Okay, as we select these two, we're going to go ahead and go back to the blend tool one more time. We're going to go to my blend options, and this time we are going to go by specified steps, and let's do, say, 8 steps on this. Let's go ahead and create the blend. If I grab my pencil tool, I can actually start at the beginning of that path and redraw my path. Remember, the pencil tool can actually use that to redraw. So those are the options you have with the blend tool. We do have one more thing I'd like to try out. We're going to go back down to the bottom one more time. We're going to do one more set of stars here. And this one will go with a dark brown stroke of about 10 and a fill of a light brown. Let's pull them down here. And then we're going to make another star. In fact, I'll just do a copy and paste. I'm going to hold the shift key down while I shrink that down, constrain it a little bit. Pull that one inside the other star. And this one, yellow stroke, let's zoom in on our star. I'm going to go to Object, Blend, and Blend Options. Let's go with 5 steps. All right, I'm going to select both objects, and I'm going to select my Blend tool. So I'm going to click on the top point of the big star, and then click on the right point of the other star, and now I get this rotation blend between the two stars. If I go up to Blend Options, with those selected, I can actually change the number of steps. Blend Options. If I click Preview, it will let me preview my changes as I go. Try 3. So there's the blend tool. And that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching.